Hey, welcome back to the channel. This is the most disturbing videos on the internet today. Let's dive in. More incredible UFO footage from Malaysia. Let's take a closer look.
It's coming this way. What the hell is
This was a good one. I'm thinking this is man-made because of the flashing lights. You know, is this some type of Area 51 secret project? You know, and this is a test flight that they managed to catch, or they could be working with aliens. Who knows? It's definitely interesting. I wish I could see it. I wish I could have been there, looked up, and got a better view of it. Tampa, Florida, UFO spotted. From here, it looks like the Star Trek Enterprise, doesn't it? Let's see what this video unfolds.
Sorry, but in my 29 years of living, I ain't never seen some shit like that. Never seen some shit like this.
When we get closer up on it, it looks like some type of plasma discharge. What is it? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you're enjoying these videos, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button because we do these videos every single day. And I love to see you around here, so let's get straight back into the action.
1777, the one is an eye, and it's separated on this side. Same thing, the one's an eye. That would have been 10 right there with 77 next to it. They kind of converted it to an 8. This is the Saratoga Battle Monument. It's a giant obelisk in Saratoga. You can see they got the Masonic pillar columns on each side. That's the original marble. You'll see these in the Mason holes too.
They did try to convert it to an 8. Look. Oh, man. They did. It's like you're a teacher and you're watching kids mess up on their homework. Look, guys. That was 100% a 0. Oh, man. This is funny.
That's how big this thing is.
It's really not funny, but they just think we're fools.
One number, one date adjusted throws off the timeline for the whole entire area and the whole entire battle. You can see that a lot of these burial mounds, they had the windows filled in and they get locked because the back of them going to run down into these hills. That's why they're set up like this. They're literally tombs. So it says the land was once part of a fortified camp for 6,000 soldiers, and it was covered with raw mud, right? This whole place got flooded out. It tells you right on the sign. All right, so this is the Bennington Monument right here. This is 306 feet tall, 3'6", all right? It's sitting on a giant circle, 360 degrees. So this is laid out perfectly north, south, east, and west. All right, so you see how these slits are a lot smaller than on the other towers on the castles, and how these middle slits are perfectly aligned and the bottom ones are parallel. That's because the light would go through that like a sundial. All right, this is your west side, the other side's east. And that's how they tell time. They'd use this as a giant sundial clock and a compass. It's 306 feet tall. It's in a 360 degree circle, all facing your cardinal points. All right, this is going to be a lot lower than that mound in Saratoga. There's going to be a basin here buried somewhere. That's why it dips off right here on the side and all around this, because there's going to be a base that sat on. 1777, the one is a eye. And it's separated.
Guys, this is hilarious. Somebody really did put a 8 right there. That is absolutely hilarious to me. They are trying to hide our past. If you thought I didn't have an excellent specimen for you today, think again. Feast your eyes on this absolutely stunning garden quartz. Almost looks like it's a pyramid inside this clear quartz crystal. Very interesting. The ivory green inside of it. And if you look to the bottom right, it's like some cactuses, crystallized cactuses. Oh, there it is. Look at the quality on this. This is insane. Oh, go back. You can see the miniature cactuses. Man, this is a cool piece, isn't it? If I had to name this piece, I would call it Frozen Green Pyramid. There it is. Look at the clarity. Let me pause it right there so we can get good looks at it. Man, I love when it's clear and you can see inside of it and see all the different stuff in it. Man, those gotta be one of my favorite pieces. What would you name this? You guys know I had to double up. We're doubling up today. Look at this. This is a stunning cavensite specimen from Pune, India. You gotta love those little blue raspberry gumdrops on this cloud. I mean, come on. How visually stunning is this? If I had to name this piece, I would call it Blue Raspberry Gumdrop. How interesting is it that it makes those purple crystals like that? What causes it to do that?
You should know about.
We are finding the truth about our past. And the truth that this place that we live is incredible. It's filled with perfection. And we have been distracted from it for far too long. When you walk down the street, you will now see the previous civilization's work in your city, because they are honestly everywhere and they deserve our attention. Henry Cobb, the first Henry that we were given, is a character that needs to be covered. Here we are given a list of buildings that Cobb is credited with knocking out over 100 years ago. There is one specifically that caught my eye, and that is the Chicago Federal Building. And let's take a look at this picture for a minute. We have shown this type of nonsense before, so let's do it again. They show this fake wagon sitting on the dirt road with more people that are identical next to each other in white. These are not real people. They are all photoshopped. If we zoom in on it, you can clearly see that they are duplicates. They are copy pasted. And the other one is all glitched out. And who just stands in the middle of a road anyway? None of it fits in. You have a massive building Yet you have horse and wagon, and you have dirt roads. If it rains, the dirt is going to become so wet, and you will not be moving any limestone. Yet this was never an issue for the mainstream narrative. The dirt is always looking like it had just been raked and perfected for the photo. There's a dirt road down the street from my house, and they have to fix that thing all the time. Otherwise, there's massive holes in it. There are no holes in this picture. It's a perfect dirt road. I'm at the point where I'm going to say that this was prepared for the photo in our new civilization. The dirt is sitting on top of the past civilization's work. These buildings are under the dirt. They are much bigger than we can see. This is not the original road. It's all backwards. The road always comes first in construction because you need to be able to access the construction site. This is obvious stuff that the narrative ignores. Like we said, getting the materials there and the machinery would be nearly impossible with dirt roads and donkeys and wagons. If it snows or rains, then just forget about it. Other than a few fake people, a couple fake wagons and a light post, this is in Chicago. And we all know that Shalaga is not abandoned. There are literally no people in this photo. My point is that if this is true, that these are Photoshop people in wagons, which it's looking more and more clear that this is the case, then was this the very first picture of this building for our current civilization to see? It's strange, especially when we hear the story about the building.
Huge shout out to my lunch break for that video. Very interesting theories to the ancient world. For entertainment purposes only, do your own research on everything.
This is Sydney, Australia. All of these photos I selected are from the mid-1800s to the late 1800s. Done so intentionally to highlight a few things. To start, let's take a look at the population numbers we're given from the time. If you don't notice anything strange about these numbers, let me circle it for you there. So we went from a last reported 53,000 to a jump over 60 years later of reporting of 600,000. But all of these buildings are before that big population. We are talking about numbers well under 100,000. And that's what you notice here. Not just the whitewashed skies or this castle-like school for the deaf, dumb, and blind for a population only under 100,000. And look how weathered some of these buildings look. And the shots where you see anyone, you just see one or two horse carriages here or there. Very seldomly do you see any more than that. It's almost like these pictures are taking inventory. The founders taking stock of all that old world Tartarian architecture. The beautiful garden palace in the 1870s, and here it was in the 1880s. Of course, burning down all the good stuff, whatever convenient story they have for it. These are all whitewashed, half-staged photos, sterilized and heavily edited. The rewriters of our history are sloppy, though. The parasites math just doesn't add up. Sydney is just one of many examples that shows that our history is nothing more than a set of lies agreed upon. Question everything, friends. Until next time. Oh, and what's that in the top left corner there?
My top left corner looks like it appears to be an airship.
There is something strange about Shiva's statue no one is talking about. Why is a serpent always placed above the lingam? Why is it suddenly slithering out of his hand when he dances? And in this homeless form, the snake is wrapped around his waist. Look at any ancient statue of Shiva and you will always find a serpent coiled around his neck when he's sitting calmly. This is not an accident and this is not just an artistic choice. This is an ancient code. Every ancient temple, every dynasty, every era followed the same pattern. What does this mean? What was being encoded in these ancient carvings? Is this just coincidence or have we uncovered a secret? What do you think?
However you spin it, I'm not trusting no snake.
This is the chaga mushroom. Although technically it is not a mushroom, it is a dense mass of mycelium that grows on birch trees. packed with more antioxidants than any other natural source. It looks like charcoal, but on the inside, it is like a treasure chest of gold.
I would have never guessed this black, disturbing bark would have been an actual mushroom. How crazy is that?
Are y'all seeing it now? Do y'all get it now? I have so many posts on this account talking about this same thing right here. Look at how vibrant the world used to be back then. Filled with personality. This goes for businesses. This goes for furniture. This pretty much applies to everything on the outside world. The society used to be different. And just so y'all can see that I'm not capping, look at what's parked in front of me. What color are these cars in front of me? Imagine showing up to the supermarket, showing up to your job, and this is how the parking lot looked like. Creativity is at an all-time low, and that's because the corporations got greedy, and it's all about consumerism. This is how parking lots look nowadays. Monotone, lifeless. Wherever you show up, I don't care if it's at a supermarket, if you go to the DMV, showing up to this parking lot, you don't think that you're going to have a different sense? You're going to feel more creative? It's the little things that we don't think about that's affecting our everyday routine. Things used to be about personality back then, individuality, uniqueness. Now everybody's trying to copy everybody. Everything's the same. They got us like robots out here. Get with the program so then you could get out of the program. It's really up to us at this point. And I wonder if there's ever going to be a renaissance in art again. Are y'all seeing?
You gotta admit, the top picture does look like a fun time.
This is the true story behind Project Theta 5, and it's absolutely horrifying. Since 1980, at least 43 journalists from different countries have vanished without a trace. All of them were investigating the same topic, a classified operation known as Project Theta 5. The first warning came from an Argentinian reporter, found with his eyes removed. The missing journalists all had one thing in common. They had published reports about beings that behaved like humans, but showed a total lack of empathy. Their articles described cold, calculating authorities who mimicked emotions with eerie precision. One of them wrote, "They've learned how to laugh, but they don't know why." Before disappearing, British journalist Claire Raleigh scheduled an email to be sent automatically. It contained only one thing, a link to an encrypted audio file. The recording featured overlapping voices, repeating in Latin, "There were so many and now they walk among you." In 2003, an anonymous hacker broke into a U.S. Air Force directory. Among the files was an untitled 2-page PDF, a list of names, dates, and a single phrase. Full replacement, alpha level. Most of the names, disappeared journalists.
Maybe I'm missing the point, but what does it have to do with these extraordinary dresses? You know, because I'm listening to the story and I'm looking at these dresses. I'm like, hold on. This isn't your ordinary dresses. This is like some royalty. Something I never seen before. Are these ancient? Did they find these in like some type of ancient tomb or something? This has an entire dragon on the back. Look at this one. This one is absolutely crazy. Are those diamonds and jewels on that? And this last one went even crazier. Like, this is like the fashion, ancient royalty fashion beyond the wall, isn't it?
He is convinced that the Incas were latecomers and that they highly respected and venerated these more ancient monuments. In season 2 of Ancient Apocalypse, we have an indigenous guest on the show at Sacsayhuaman, and his name is Jesus Gamarra, and he is himself a descendant of the Incas, and he does not accept that these massive walls of Sacsayhuaman were the work of the Incas, which is what the Spanish tell us. He is convinced that the Incas were latecomers and that they highly respected and venerated these more ancient monuments, and that they built around them, they built on top of them, they honored them, they respected them, but they couldn't do what those ancestor people had done. And he's convinced that we're looking not at one epoch of construction, but at least 3 different epochs of construction.
I mean, look at how large these boulders are compared to these people. You guys already know. Giants stacked them.
What you are seeing here is water memory. You can do this experiment yourself just by showing an image to water for around 30 seconds and then freezing the water, and you will see a reflection of the image you showed it. This proves that water holds memory, it has consciousness. This is because water can change its structure depending on the vibrations it comes into contact with. This is where things start to get a bit crazy with words. Placing the word schizophrenia in water and then freezing it shows this image of a double-faced person. This proves that water is intelligent and is reacting to vibrations of the words. Now that you understand this concept, what do you think happens when you are drinking Monster Energy, or with cans which imprinted the word of death? You are drinking crystallized water with the imprinted vibration of death. You are filling 70% of your body, which is water, with the vibration of death. Tap water is mixed with sewage and all sorts of toxins inside of these facilities. Although they may remove some of the toxins from the water, the crystallized vibration of this water is still very bad. The ancients didn't just build beautiful water fountains for no reason. They had a purpose of moving the water so that it restructures the vibration of the water. Water is basically the internet of the earth. It has consciousness and intelligence. This is why you should never place your car keys or your phone next to your water.
Are skinwalkers real?
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Here. Grandpa isn't here right now.
Grandpa.
No, he isn't here. He's gone, Molly. What are you looking at?
Grandpa.
Grandpa, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
What is wrong with this dog?
Let me see. I'll know if she's my dog. Merlin, sit. Turn around. Turn around. Lay down. You're not my dog. My dog don't know how to do no trick. The Call 911. Hey!
What is going on? Real life glitches caught on camera.
All the cars being red.
That's nuts. I don't like that.
I feel fucking creeped out, mother. Oh my god!
That last one was in reverse.
This man seemed invisible to everyone around him. Look at what he does, pay close attention.
Put your foot under it.
All the cars being red.
That jet ski one was crazy. It was like he just was a photo, wasn't it? 5 more mysterious videos coming right at you.
I love the sound. I love the sound of moments, especially in English.
My bad.
Look at that face. Right there.
See. What?
The code word is Thursday night. Go ahead and drop Thursday night in the comments below. That lets me know you're a real one and you made it all the way through the video. And I just want to say thank you. Your support means the world to me and it helps me keep on keeping on. Thank you. This was the most disturbing videos on the internet today. See you tomorrow.